What a roller coaster ride that game was. What a roller coaster ride that game was. There's no doubt about it. The Dolphins are way ahead of schedule. I mean, when this season began, you would have been happy with 8-8. You would have been happy competing for the playoffs. You'd have been happy with anything. I mean, Tua Tagovailoa has had his ups and downs. He didn't have a good game today. He was tentative. He was under pressure, and he was going down. He's not made a lot of mistakes. He's cautious, but overly cautious at times. He's only thrown 2 interceptions. One was kind of a toss-up interception, and one was a bad pass last week. I mean, he hasn't taken many chances, and he seems more concerned of being cautious than he does of actually making the big play, and that's something that the Dolphins have to get him to get better at. And today, he almost threw an interception, but he didn't. Mike Gesicki made a good defensive play, knocking the ball away. So that's why Brian Flores has to make the decisions when he does. And today he made the decision to turn the game around and go and hand the game to Ryan Fitzpatrick. And that's why Ryan Fitzpatrick came on at the end in the fourth quarter. And Ryan Fitzpatrick, who's a 16-year veteran, knows when there's a yard of separation that's open. See, Tua Tagovailoa is waiting for them to get open like his receivers in Alabama were, but that's not going to happen in the NFL. So Fitzpatrick, knowing who's open and when they're open, made the big plays, and that's how you got the crazy fourth quarter that we got. Now, the fourth quarter was back and forth. I mean, the Dolphins' defense didn't play that well today, although they did the bend it not break for most of the game, and the Raiders settled for field goals 4 times. But Nelson Aguilar just tore him apart. Derek Carr passed for over 366 yards, and you don't usually see that with the Dolphins. And especially that big play to Aguilar to 85 yards, Byron Jones got beat badly, and then Myles Gaskin with that little just like snake run off the little pitch to equal the score, and it was just back and forth. The missed PAT for Daniel Carson ended up being huge, but then that pass interference penalty. You know, when a quarterback throws up a 50-yard pass like that, you can't call pass interference on a play like Byron Jones got called for. Byron Jones was playing the football. Unless it's blatant pass interference on a 50-yard pass, a referee should not throw that flag unless it's just like he stopped him from catching the football. Byron Jones is going up for the football. The defender has the equal right to that football. I mean, it's ridiculous that flag was called, and that flag nearly cost the Dolphins the game. The Raiders, of course, didn't play that last 2 minutes exactly the smartest, which definitely helped the Dolphins. I mean, they should have found a way to get those last 19 seconds off the clock, and they didn't do it. They failed. So they left the door open a slight crack that the Dolphins used their timeouts. And, of course, Josh Jacobs did the right thing, going down at the 1 yard line to set up the easy field goal. And then you just play that umbrella coverage, and the Raiders just let Matt Collins slip down the field. Blown coverage. He made the catch into Raider territory, but the catch was just the slight part of the story. Is Ryan Fitzpatrick looked like fucking Linda Blair. His head's being turned all the way around. I mean, how do you grab his face mask like that? That's like hitting on 19 in blackjack. You don't grab the face mask there. I mean, oh boy, and that play won the game. The Dolphins got the ball down to the Raider 26. They made one little play. I mean, perfectly played too. With 12 seconds left, Ryan Fitzpatrick was looking to see if he could get someone wide open, and he didn't. He threw the ball out the end zone, out the sideline. Threw it, wasn't grounding, but it was perfectly timed pass where the receiver was covered. So you just had 6 seconds, and of course Jason Sanders hits the 44-yard field goal, and that's the game. And the Dolphins didn't have a turnover in the game, I thought, but on the kickoff, they recovered a fumble during the lateral play, which actually keeps their turnover streak alive at 20 games, which is kind of with a big asterisk in this game. I mean, come on. If that's the only turnover, I don't know how that really counts, but it counts. That was the only turnover of the game too. Both teams took care of the ball well, and now the Dolphins just got to beat the Bills next week, and there we go. We have a playoff spot, and with the Buffalo Bills playoff situation being that they could be the second, third, or fourth seed. I mean, if they win Monday against the Patriots, I mean, they could pretty much be assured of at least a second or third seed. I mean, with the with the added seventh playoff team, and the Dolphins holding that seventh playoff team, the Bills might just rest everyone and not want to make any plays and just play that like the close to the vest, which could really help the Dolphins next week. So the Dolphins, big win today, 10-5. I mean, just absolutely incredible. I never thought that they'd actually make the playoffs this year, and now they have a chance by just winning their last game.